Alright, so you got yourself a dinosaur bichir, or biker, or Bichir. It's pronounced all those ways, also known as a Senegal Bichir, as I call it. Well, I mean, that's its Latin name, but the Bichir is what I'll be referring to from now on. It's a hardcore carnivore, gets about the size of a hot dog, maybe a little bit longer of a hot dog, like a foot-long hot dog. Not quite that, but about that big around as well. And it will eat anything it can swallow. So it'll eat bloodworms, it'll eat pellets, it'll eat neon tetras, it'll eat guppies, it'll eat other small little tetras. So you gotta usually pair it with other larger fish. Now, it's not really aggressive, it just swallows stuff. It's easy for it to get attacked, so you don't want to put it with really aggressive fish either. So usually they're in what's called an oddball tank, and that's other weird fish that aren't aggressive but do eat other stuff, like maybe a leopard bush fish, or the leaf fish as it's called, maybe the butterfly fish up top, maybe some other types of bichirs, maybe an elephant nose, and there's all these weird little oddball critters, and you can look up a video of like top oddball fish or something like that and learn all about them. But they need to be in a tank, I think, kind of 29 gallons or more with a tight fitting lid. They will sail right out of that thing the minute you go to work when you're not looking. So be careful, especially around that filter. You're going to go, oh, it's mostly covered. Mostly covered's not covered. They will hop out of there, so be careful. Obviously, a bigger tank's going to be better. And I would say a 29, just get one. If you're going like, oh, I need like 3 or 4 or 5 of these things, a 55 or larger, they can be spawned in the home aquarium, so that's kind of cool, but it's pretty darn difficult. I wouldn't say your average person's going to do it. They can go in a wide variety of pH. I would say anywhere from 7 to 8, 8.4 maybe even. It depends on where they came from and where you're putting them. If they came from very acidic water and now you're putting them in very hard, high pH water, they might suffer with that transition. But if they're already coming from a high pH, like let's say they're bred in Florida and you live in high pH and you put them in your tank, they're going to do well. Don't just assume because you're buying them from your local fish store that they have the same water parameters as you and therefore they'll do well. If they were bred in Florida and you and your store have soft water, they still might not do well because they were bred in a different water. So be careful there, but otherwise pretty much enjoy them and keep them warm. About 78 degrees or so. They're a tropical fish, even though they're an oddball. And, you know, keep your eye out for other bichers. If you fall in love with this guy, you're going to fall in love with other ones. And enjoy.